Alrighty. Hello and happy Monday. Hope everybody enjoyed the long weekend. We have Memorial Day weekend this weekend in the States here. Hope people are able to get some grilling done, get some time with the family in. It's been mostly rainy over here, so we just made in the house. It's actually storming right now, so we'll see if my power gets knocked out again. That seems to be the norm whenever we get storms down here. But at any rate, we're going to be picking up where we left off last week with some more Ace Attorney 2. I think we are on case number 4, and in this one, we are dealing with the Steel Samurai once again, or I guess his predecessor. And once again, they're wrapped up in a murder case. Conveniently, it's not Maya that's being accused this time. However, she's been kidnapped, so we're going to have to reckon with that. But we're going to jump right into things and get some lawyering done. As I take a sip of my beverage, we'll go to get this started here. Oh, man. Thunder! Followed by lightning. Or I guess the other way around. Ah, well. Go ahead and put this on. Okay, it's time to lawyer. Now, I believe there was a tease of Edgeworth, so we might see him in this case. Or the next. We'll find out. Okie dokie. So, for evidence we have gathered, I think we met this guy once again. We met the new, or I guess the former, Steel Samurai, who was killed. No, it was this guy. This guy was killed. And this is the new Steel Samurai, the Nickel Samurai. So he's the accused. This is our victim. Wendy Oldbag is back. This is the manager. The new samurai. Francesca is there as well. Yep, a lot of heart once again. Will Powers. Okay, and these are our people. Got it. For evidence, attorney's badge. Oh man, yeah, no, I remember. Wait a second. There was like 2 people with like 4 psyche locks, and one person had 3, I believe. Fuck. Okay. Picture of the glossy picture of the nickel samurai, not the Steel Samurai, that Maya gave me, or she was kidnapped. This is something at the Pro Samurai stage show. Okay. Good by the name The Killer, which is that butler-looking dude. Camera. Ain't no way I got some bum ass ad about a phone and there was Genshin on it. Twitch is tweaking. Oh man, speaking of Genshin, we're supposed to be playing that this week. And Honkai as well. So we can check them babies off the list. Yep, that's a murder. So I think the question was, the steak knife is a missing knife from the dinner that I think, Guard and his manager were having. One of them was missing a knife. Also, this cup of tomato juice. Completely undisturbed on the desk, while everything else that was on the desk is now on the floor. And the guitar is gone. I believe that's the things we missed. Or that we discovered, I guess, last time. Found next to the victim, empty. There's some water, but only on top of the lid. Got it. Filled with juice, hasn't been drank. I'm gonna tell you, don't. Genshin is a giant nothing burger that takes 200 gigs of storage space. I don't have 200 gigs of storage space on my SSD. That shit might go on the hard drive, bro. I'll be honest. I'm gonna have to uninstall some shit. Interesting. Interesting. What is this again? Jamming Midnight Rendezvous. Oh. Magazine clipping. Superstar and ultra hot mega secret love scandal. Reliable sources say that Juan Corrida, I guess, has been getting close to the mysterious yet beautiful manager that stars Mrs. AA, who is guards. Sure. Adrian Andrews. Okay. Alright, Will. Oh, I guess we did talk to you already. Damn. What about this? A whole lot of nothing. You know nothing, Will. Thank you. Shit. Okay, what if I go, hotel lobby? If I go hotel lobby, do I speak to old bag? You witnessed. I forgot she does this shit, bro. Oh my god, she has 4 psyche locks. God damn it. Please, Mystic Mai's life is... Ah, but you haven't given me my present yet. Let's see. I'll only tell you if you could bring me one autograph. What an unreasonable request. You might as well have asked for the moon. That man is dead. How am I supposed to... Okay. You sunk 400 hours into that shit, and there was one good story quest out of 10. It's just so bad. Understood. I'm still gonna have to play it though, it's on the list. Juan is a horse. He's on a balcony. Peter the horse is here again. Okay, I'm gonna say we probably leave. Can I go back here? Oh shit, yeah, I can. Police station, criminal affairs. Doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here. Great, now even Pearls is calling him Scruffy. Thanks, Francesca. They said something about an investigation briefing earlier, right? Why don't we come back and try again later when they're done? Okay, I guess that's all we can do, right, Mr. Nick? That's right. Unless, of course. These are detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desk. It doesn't look that way now. Oh look, the blue badger. Oh, it's kind of cute. Mr. Nick, what's the stuffed animal's name? That's the blue badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's this precinct's mascot, you know. Oh wow. I'll get him assigned mascot of every police station if it's the last thing I do. I hope you succeed in your mission, sir. Oh god. Thank you so much for the 17 months. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for sticking around and thank you for your continued support. This must be the chief of the detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. What? The Hero of Heroes award ceremony? The grand prize got away from the jamming ninja again. Soon I'll be number 18. This is true. This is true. Shouldn't you be reading something more important? Alright, what about this guy? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Hey, break and spit it out, you low-life scumbag. A turkey sandwich? Don't you eat ham every day? Get sick of it or something? Must be doing image training for interrogations. This man is practicing his good cop, bad cop routine. Phenomenal. What's this poster? Poster of a female police officer. Wait, no. That's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. Okay. Alright. Nothing to see here. Detention center. He's still in questioning? Nope, he's there. The lawyer dude, so what did you find out? Well, I'm still in the middle of investigating. I see, but I've already told you everything I know, dude. Have you? Can you tell me about your activities last night? After I got the award, I took a break and went back to my room. I had that post-ceremony stage show to do. So I was in my nickel samurai costume. And you were alone the entire time. My manager was running around being busy, so yeah. Because of the press conference you were supposed to hold after the show. I told you, dude. I have no idea about any press conference, alright? That's strange. I thought the nickel samurai was going to confess something. I feel like I should show him that piece of evidence then, no? Anyway, when I was leaving my room, that's when I noticed it was kind of noisy. Mr. Kurita was already dead at that time. Yeah, that's what I gathered anyway from my manager. I'm beginning to gather that this guy can't do a thing on his own. And that's when the detective in the green coat showed up. Gumshoe. He searched me, and then out of the blue, the dude arrested me. Crazy. So about you and the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita? What sort of... That's got nothing to do with anything, dude. Man, with that face of his, you can't even tell he's the same age as me. He wanted to try and make a jammin' ninja movie, even though we all know it'd fail. The Nickel Samurai still won in the end, right? Yeah, I took the Grand Prix by storm. This guy looks like me if I had money. And you are a famous actor? On a Kamen Rider spinoff? Or Super Sentai? Whichever. Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, all pretty much the same deal. I would be a great actor in pretending I have money. Oh man, that's a good one. So why would I? The winner? Oh, I misread that. So why would I, the winner, have any reason to kill the guy anyway? Dude, you think it'd be the other way around, you know? I'd like to show you something. You know about this? He looks like Caucasian Michael Jackson with the red coat. Oh, the Thriller coat? The famous Thriller coat? I don't think he got the moves, though. Dude, like I tell you, I don't know anything about that press conference. I leave that kind of stuff to my manager. This is harder than pulling bass from a river. Oh, this? So why are you carrying around a transceiver? I wanted to ask you about it. And why do you do everything it tells you to do? You know, the message it sends you, dude. On second thought, he probably doesn't have anything to do with Maya's kidnapping. That's a secret. Okay, whatever, dude. Alright. I don't think you have anything else for me here. We're gonna go back to the office. Hi, Pearl. We actually have to go to the hotel first. He says he wants an autograph. So, I mean, who else is there? There's Will, but he's not helping me. Go back in the rooms? Oh, okay, so she also has Psyche Locks. Oh, there's a bunch of bears. Okay, yeah, there's the knife and it's a mock tool. Goose, a bunch of bears, hella bears. Look at this. What? That was like autographed to me. Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper? It's called an autograph. Autograph? The paper's got Mr. Kurita's name written on it, so it's his autograph. I can't read it at all. To my dearest Wendy? Oh my god, did he actually give her an autograph? Good lord. To be honest, I've never seen writing that looks like this. It's a special way of writing called cursive. Look here, see how it says to my dearest Wendy in more normal letters here? This sloppy, unreadable writing, it's crazy and cruel to give this to someone. Okay. Hold on. Wendy, I've heard that name somewhere before. Wendy O'Bag. It belongs to Wendy O'Bag. Where'd it go? I mean, if you squint real hard, it's hard to tell the difference. I have something to show you. Yes. I don't have anything to say to delinquents like you. Grr, she's climbing up like the old clam she is. Please, anything would be helpful. Well then, how about I tell you my measurements? No. No, I don't need that information. I'm gonna tell you right now. I didn't hear squint, I heard something else. That's for you. We all hear what we want to hear. That's okay, really. She really doesn't like you, does she, Mr. Nick? No, not at all. I know. Okay, well, I literally showed you the thing you were asking for, so... I guess... I have to use the, that thing? Magatama? It's time to confess. I think. Alright, I'll be honest with you for now. And please, tell us what you saw. But what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at your youngin's expense. I am a little devil after all. Doesn't that imply that you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want. Okay, so obviously... this. That's Juan's autograph. Yes, it is. And it even says to my dearest Wendy. That's me, right? Right? My name is Wendy on Bag, so that Wendy has to be me, right? Well, it may say Wendy, but somehow I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please, give it to me. Let me have it, please! Can't let you have it. It's just like that. Yes, I know. Then how about an exchange? Okay, so it's... oh my god! That was 3 of the locks? Oh, she really must want this autograph. Okay, so what's the last one then? My offer isn't good enough for you? Fine, Mr. Right, you win. Wendy O'Bag, ready to open up her heart. All for my dearest Juan. Oh, shit. There it is. I'll be damned. Okay, we gave the autograph to Wendy. What did you say? I feel bad for you now. Huh? I'll tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. Kidding. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet, minding my own business. And did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get the gift certificate or 2 out of it, maybe more. You don't have the budget for that. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, Miss Old Bag. Gift certificate. I've been recruiting again for that part of the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow? Sorry, she's been recruited. Oh shit, she's a witness. Damn it. This time you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. I think that calls for a mistrial. Or at least, like, disqualifying the witness, right? You said how girls with a loving man fumble when their favorite K-pop star speaks. I don't think that's exclusive to K-pop, bro. I've seen lots of people willing to risk it all for a celebrity. That's been a thing for years, for decades even. Justin Bieber type shit. Bro. Brother, I was in like, I want to say 10th grade. When he was in his era, so to speak, his rise to fame, and there was grown women, 30, 35-year-old women willing to risk it all for this literal child. That entire period was insane, brother. They were freaking the hell out, bro. That was wild shit to witness, dog. Anyway, Mr. On Guard hasn't done anything bad, nothing like that, surely. I don't care about details. I know he did my dear poor Juan in, oh god. I just do. A yellow belly chicken. A yellow belly chicken? I wonder what that would look like. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say he did it.
First blood.
What did Mr. On Guard ever do to her to deserve this? Can you tell me about his past? Also, hi. Hello, welcome in. Happy Memorial Day to you. I hope you were able to get some grilling done. I wasn't. It fucking rained, and it's still raining. Anyway, what did he do to you? You don't know? That guy, he framed my wand. I think it's raining all week, actually. Deserved. I guess. At least it'll cool down a bit. It's been freaking hot out over here. Now it gets to be hot and humid. Yeah, literally, the only day we kind of get a break this week is Thursday. It's still supposed to rain, but it's not supposed to storm. She's got $50 worth of sunscreen from Trader Joe's. 4 bottles. Damn, brother. Stock it up, I see. Justin Bieber era was pure insanity. I pity the poor guy, even though I don't like him his personality. That's fair. Yeah, no, he got exposed to a lot of bullshit. That comes with the territory of being a child star, unfortunately. Unfortunately. A lot of weird shit. And you get to, like, the common through line I've seen with that is like when a lot of them grow up and like either like write a book or a memoir or just come out and like talk about their experience as a child actor or a child celebrity. It's like, man, I didn't really get to have a childhood. And that fucking sucks, bro. They didn't get to do normal kid shit. And that's tough, bro. And I think it's why a lot of them act out now, bro. Because they're trying to catch up on all the shit they didn't get to, the regular shit they didn't get to do. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan. Mr. Nick. What is it? What's a scandal? A scandal is when... Oh, never mind. I'll tell you when we get home. Pity and compassion are two different things. Yes, absolutely. I also do not have compassion for him. I don't really like the dude all that much, but I can have pity for him. I'm with you on that shit, bro. I found him super annoying. Poor Juan, led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress. You still want to throw a baseball pitch? You still want a baseball pitch fruit at a monkey, bro? They're not gonna let you do that at the zoo, dog. You're gonna get kicked out. Or they might put you in the enclosure and let you run the 1v1s, bro. If you piss them off enough. Mr. Nick, what do vials and wild temptress mean? Oh my god. I'm not saying anything about that, Pearl. Miss Old Bag has this. How about we just listen to what Miss Old Bag has to say for now, Pearls? They can kick me out, but they can't unfruit the monkey. Oh, you like this, bro? I did listen to the songs, yes. They were pretty good. They were pretty good. So, Miss Old Bag, who is this woman you're talking about? I bet it's the manager. Yep. Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy, he shoved the girl onto Juan on purpose. His own manager. But why? I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. Jesus, you are a malicious lady, Old Bag. That girl drove Juan into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. What do you know about that anyway, Miss Old Bag? I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And do you have proof that Mr. On Guard did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Oh my goodness. A tabloid, of course. Next week, doesn't that mean something people don't know about yet? Why would Miss Old Bag have information like that, and where did she get it? So, okay. What if I show... Is it this one? Oh wait, information, where did she get it? I bet it's a lot of hearts, isn't it? I don't have anything to say to delinquents like you. Oh god, okay. No, I don't want to know about your measurements, ma'am. Please stop volunteering that information. Okay, so we got information out of her. I think we got to talk to Lotta now. I finished my exit meeting today for a soon-to-be ex-main job. I gave them as much offboarding material as I could because I know they're going to hire some poor student, and I want them to know that this company wants a one-man studio. Oh man, that's kind of you. Okay, so I think we attack her psyche lock now. We have that info. You gotta be the best. She only has 2. Oh, I thought it was 4. Hey, gotta be the best videographer, website creation and maintenance, visual design, and live stream person they can be. Man. Were they paying you a lot for that, bro? That's a lot of hats to be wearing. That's like 5 hats. I'll split website creation and maintenance up into separate things because creating it is one thing, maintaining it for them is another. That's like 5 hats. 25 an hour, which was like 22 that I took a retirement savings plan. I mean, that's good, but like, fuck, 5 hats though. Gotta like at least like another 10 on top, bro. Something. That's wild. That's all. Yeah, that's a big ask. Okay, Lotta, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room? I told you, didn't I? For my scoop! What I want to know about are the details of this scoop. That's not something I can tell you. I mean, there's my bread and butter. Of course it is. Alright then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm gonna say that you are looking into a scandal. Grr. Could it be that you, a lot of heart, are looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan and this person. Boom. This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt Ungard's manager. The Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jamming Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? That's one. Now for the other lock. You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. It's not guessing. It's detective work. It's evidence-driven questioning. I know, right? 30 would have been the minimum amount for that. That's all I'm saying, man. At least, dog. It was alright when I was a fresh beginner right out of university, but they never gave me a raise. Damn. Yeah, no, it seems like you're making the best decision for yourself right there. That's insane. I wish you the best of luck, homie. Glad you're getting out of there. But, yeah, can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup. Backup. Yeah. You gotta have that. What's it? News sauce? News sauce? What? You mean news source? That's it. So show me something that shows that one guy had something with Miss Andrews. Okay. So that's the article, right? Magazine clipping, yeah. Boom! This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jam and Midnight Rendezvous. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Mrs. A.A. Ah! Yeah, caught. Caught you in 4K, Lotta. Mr. Kurita didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. Ungard's manager, Adrian Andrews. Twin, will you play by Excellence? Absolutely the fuck not. No! No, I will not. I know what that game is about, bro. No! That's not even... That has to be. It has to be against TOS. And even if it wasn't, I still don't want to play it. Somehow it's a more edgy Fear and Hunger, bro. And I don't know how the fuck that's possible. I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't want to play that. Nope. Hell no. Anyway, she has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Kurita's door last night. Yeah, caught you. Psyche unlocked. Alright, so you're gonna tell me about this big scoop now. Miss Lotta. You were looking into Mr. Kurita and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. I was gonna give myself a scoop by catching them in a secret meeting. But there's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What'd you just say? His initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? Or sorry, her initials. That ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing. I was getting photos. I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. Then spice it up a little and have myself an exclusive story. Wow, a lot of nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know? But the paper I wrote it on, my note to myself, it's gone. Your note to yourself. It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. Hey man, I'm aware. I'm also aware of some of the other mechanics of the game. I'm good. I'm good, bro. It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off together. I came here for my big story. I didn't come here to have my treasure disappearing on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a yak go bonkers, I tell you. What's with people now, anyway? I never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me. You really want that note back, huh? I have no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Lotus camera updated the court record. Okay. Stolen the night, the murder tablet article about the victim was in the case. Got it. So... I'm aware you don't have to interact with said mechanic, however, I don't want to play a game where that's the mechanic in the game. Especially on fucking stream. I'm good. You're not gonna win this one, champ. So I assume we talked to her now? You know something, don't you, about why Mr. Garita was murdered? Yep, that's right. I'll have to miss out on that one. Truly tragic. Don't tell me you can see inside my heart. Holy shit, she's psychic? What the fuck? No, but I can see the locks you have in your psyche. Don't remove her locks. It's worthless to even ask. Do I even have any evidence I can freaking... What was the question? Hold on. Motive for murder. I mean, maybe. Wait. Because of the story? To protect your client, maybe? Let's see. Let's see. You're yelling into the void right now, homie. I don't know what to tell you. Why was Juan Garita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Angard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Garita. You were not that close? That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Okay, I didn't use those words, but you used those words, Miss Andrew. Go on. Somehow I highly doubt that. I assume this. I mean, we only lose 2 of her wrong, so why not just do it? Is it this one? You and Mr. Garita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. It seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see, however... What if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Garita, as if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to him for this person's sake? Your client? Do you really still not understand? What? It's not in my nature to enjoy doing things for others. What do you mean? But you're the manager! It's called a job. Damn, okay, she got me there. Fuck, my bad. I'm in charge of Mr. Ungard, the star, not Matt Ungard, the man. Uh-huh. You are not my client. It's my subtle hint to go home. I know you must have had a need to get close to the victim. Me? Need to get close to Mr. Kurita, as if there was ever such a need. Okay, well I guess we don't have anything then. Fuck. Oh, man. Okay. Perfect shot. Nope, she doesn't say. I go here now. Oh! Gumshoe. Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. But we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. Gumshoe. You tell me what you know, champ. What do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces. Two? And both of them are in this photo. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. Oh! Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's gone. That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Okay. I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai's special pants. And the second one? The knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on a knife in his chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? And whose are they? You didn't even have to ask, little missy, it's obvious. They're Matt on Guard's. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Okay. So, if his fingerprints are on it, then that's definitely the knife from the steak dinner him and his manager were having that same night. So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Old Bag. Oh god. I thought so. What do you mean? I thought so. Did she tell you something, pal? Well, I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to everybody. Her blab knob is stuck on 10 and there's no turning it down, trust me. Yeah, well, Miss Old Bag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. No way. How do you feel about this? We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. A scandal with Mr. Kurita, but why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman, whoa, took her life. Her name was Celeste Impact. She was Juan Kurita's manager. Oh, fuck. The victim's manager. But that's not all, pal. Miss Impact was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. Oh, so that's the person then. That's the reason why she got close to him. Okay, I see. He taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. Her mentor. It seems to be a trend of mentors mysteriously dying, or tragically dying, or mysteriously tragically dying in the Ace Attorney games. Oh, gosh. Or benefactors, even. Interesting. A woman who was both Mr. Kurita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her death have something to do with this case? Do you want to know more about her, pal? Yeah. Yes, I would. She was the victim's manager, was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her death, and now these two are linked again by another death. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Oh, God. I'm getting sick of dealing with this foolish idiot with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma, you can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't? You don't mean... I do. Scruffy, you have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Wait, please wait, sir. If I don't get this month's pay, I'll stop. Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Who? That voice. Oh my God, speaking of Edgeworth. He said Edgeworth would have just deducted his pay. Well, here he is. It's been a long time, right? This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francesca. He said Wright's ex is here. They were on a break. They were just on a break, okay? You. How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You soiled the Von Karma name and dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed, to be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francesca. How are things going? I hear you were having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. She lost twice. I beat her twice, Edgeworth. 2 times. We about to get the 3-peat. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. Again. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never! Mr. Phoenix Wright. I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. Edgeworth, did you just call that woman a horse, bro? What? Oh, man. We answered her 3 times, Edgeworth. Oh my goodness. Can prosecutors even fire policemen IRL? Directly? I don't think so. I'm sure they could put in a word with like the DA or something, be like, hey, this guy's off the force. Effective immediately. Seems a bit prone to corruption, absolutely. Tomorrow's trial. I thought you, the prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. That's supposed to be a nicer way of saying she's a horse without the S and an added W. I don't think so. That seems a little too catty, even for Edgeworth. But it's still not great. A mare is a female horse? Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought you, the prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick, I never wanted to see you again. Not beating the roommate allegations. I think it's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you gonna run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That what? It's Edgeworth, please, bro. Please, dog. That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. Please, Hedgerow. Stop. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. So he loves me. He loves the Phoenix. He loves the right. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. Just what is going on inside his head? And what's going on inside of your pants, Phoenix? Proof of Von Karma blood. I remember there was a whole thing during production for this, where the studio learned about how many people shipped them, so they were like, make it gayer. Hell yeah. They turned the knob to 11 and ripped it off. I respect the hell out of that. Said my cat bolted to me the second it heard I was walking around, it immediately jumped on my legs and started making bread. Now it fell asleep or I'll be in the car engine. That's adorable. Alright, proof of Von Karma blood. A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred Von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a Von Karma. 1 year ago. You could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Doomed Yowie is hilarious. They know their audience for sure. Get that bag, I say. Yeah, hell yeah. Get your bag, bro. Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. I see, then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? The truth, and nothing but the truth. Well, with Francesca, it's almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant he sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy. Or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there is still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I've yet to learn. Me? Phoenix Wright? Who's always right? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. I feel like Phoenix has turned into the tsundere. They passed on the tsundere badge from Edgeworth to Phoenix. Speaking of badges, check out mine. I have no interest in talking about useless evidence. Okay! Damn, my bad. Put a little more thought into what you want to show me, Phoenix. Still as stuck up as ever. Wait, this? Really? Really? My associate was kidnapped, and you don't care about that, Edgeworth. Okay. Damn it, Edgeworth. You gotta give me something, bro. Right here. What do you mean useless? Guitar case. Okay, how do you feel about Tomato juice. And a wine glass. Nothing? Nothing about the tomatoes? He gave him an STTD, sexually transmitted tsundere disease. That's crazy. that's genuinely insane. Oh my goodness. Okay. What about this guy? There is an interesting rumor about this man. You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? Well, that's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it? I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. Okay, what about this? While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it. Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. The only cure is more love. That's adorable. For that to happen, I think Phoenix has to embrace his tsundere role. He's still in kind of the denial phase, like, I'm not a tsundere. But as soon as he overcomes that, I think they can have a beautiful, loving relationship. Refreshing. What is so refreshing about a spring breeze? Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year. Oh, he got allergies. Yeah, allergies. Don't want to play Rogalins? Yeah. I feel like I heard about this actually. That's what I think it is. Yeah, I've seen this game before. I would play it. I would play it. Edgeworth is doing it for the love of the game. I mean, honestly, yeah. We are looking into leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. There's no reason for us to waste our energy investigating this person. She's literally the witness in the trial tomorrow, though. What do you mean? Why don't you just tell it to me straight and say I don't have any info? Why not indeed? Hold on, have them respond to a text. There you go. The game is old, yes. But I haven't played. Adrian Andrews, she holds a large secret within herself. Goddamn, okay. Fuck. What was I doing tomorrow? Let's see, hold on. What was the schedule game for tomorrow? I think we were supposed to play... I think we were supposed to do Metal Gear tomorrow. And then Wednesday was more Revelations, so Thursday and Friday were open slots. If you wanted to put it on one of those days. If not, then yeah, we can just play it tomorrow. What day sounds good for you? I'm playing it right now. The last time I played it was in 2017. God damn. Almost a full decade later. Tomorrow? Okay, no problem. We can do that tomorrow then. And we'll just push, I think we'll push Metal Gear to Wednesday then. Alright, no problem. She holds a large secret within herself. A secret. You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. Okay, you're not looking into Von Karma? Okay, understood. A gifted prosecutor. He disappeared suddenly a year ago. You're telling me about you. You can't put resources into investigating yourself, Edgeworth? Okay. Conflict of interest and whatnot, I suppose. This woman is the key to solving this case. Got it. Took her, yeah. Took her life 2 years ago. Okay, that's not good. My power flickered. It looks like it stopped raining now, so I don't know why that's happening. Oh, my thighs are on fire, bro. Leg day was not kind to me. Oh, it hurt so bad to even get up in the freaking seat. Okay. Do you really think this woman is key to solving the case? The case. She was Andrew's mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Carita's manager. Your bones are cracking. It's not even my bones, man. My knee actually hasn't been popping as much. It hasn't been crackling as much. But my fucking thighs are on fire, bruh. It took everything in me to not freaking wrench in pain as I stood up to look out the window and see why my power is flickering here. Oh boy. Well, my calf muscles gonna look crazy though. It's all worth it. The calves, and the thighs and the glutes, it's all worth it. And then a few months later, Celeste died. But her death was ruled. Yes, but there still was one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle, her note. It went missing, no one could find it. Okay. A note that just vanished, huh? Okay. Miss Impact's death was most certainly self-inflicted. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. The note? But how do you know I'm just gonna say Celeste. How do you know Celeste had even written such a note? There's no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger. Fair enough. Which means the likelihood of a note was very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan himself. The victim? Jesus. He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her note. Mr. Carita hid his manager's note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the self-deletion report, part 1 anyway. Part 1. Deceased Celeste, found by Juan. Was her note hidden? Okay. I don't like to look through reports. I like these reports even less. Worst of all, the reports have multiple parts, like that one. That has 2. 2 parts? What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second. The second? Why didn't you just give me both at the same time? The attempter's name is Adrian Andrews. Miss Andrews? What did she do? She also tried to... Okay. Wow. Okay, this is going in a interesting direction here. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to do that, though. You think she's a strong career woman, and that's just what she wants you to think. Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret. Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews. Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Is Twitch sensitive to the word? Kind of. But also YouTube. I think YouTube more so than Twitch itself. Okay, so with that, I think we can now attack the Psyche Locks. Wait, hold on. Can I go to the center? Kind of stupid. Yeah, but it's just a weird thing where, like, you'll essentially get, like, shadow banned or age restricted on your content for throwing the time around. It's silly, but it's just how it works. Dude, I know I like to throw money around, but it's not like I buy anything and everything. That's nice because it's not up for sale anyway. Alright, Ungard, you are worse than useless right now, buddy. So, we're gonna go talk to your manager and see if we can get her to actually start telling us things. Now that we have, I think, all the information here. Hallway. Hi, Lotta. The room? Alright. Looks like Miss Andrews isn't here. That's not good. I still have a few questions I want to ask her. And she has that Psyche lock on her heart, right? Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later. What? Damn it. Is he in this room? Damn it. Where did he go? Huh. What are you talking about, brother? It presents in different ways. But everybody goes through it. The issue is when a state of depression becomes a chronic state of depression. And you should start, you know, seeking help. Professional help. It's okay to be sad when sad things happen to you, but you shouldn't, you know, feel sad all day, every day, for extended periods of time. That's when you should talk to somebody. I even talk to Who do I talk to? I talk to everyone. Gumshoe? Gumshoe. God, wait. She's not there, though. Wait. Maybe it is on card. We have to show him the profile of... Oh, shit, yep, that was it. What's wrong? How much do you know? What do you mean, how much? Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you will keep yourself out of my personal life. Okay, you sound like you want to go to jail, buddy. I'm just trying to save you, dog. No, I would never... Now, if you excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep. Brother, you're in detention. Thank you, Phoenix. Oh my god, thank you. Where do you think you're gonna go? Mr. Nick, this Celeste lady. Somehow I get the feeling she's a very important person in all this. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, she is. I don't know where bro thinks he's going. But not to that lunch. Okay, now can I talk to Andrews? You me? Nope. Goddamn. Are you in this room, perhaps? Where is she at? Where'd she go? Well, for some reason, would you know about this person? God damn it. Does anybody? Okay, we're gonna ask everybody about it actually. I'm on Lotta. Lotta. Do you know this person? You know anything? I've told you how many times now, I'm a journalist. I got so much information running laps in my head, I forget things here and there. Okay, that sounds like nothing. I don't care if you beg me. Be extra tough on kids. That's the Giles model on learning youngsters. Oh god. How do you feel about Edgeworth? That's a whole lot of nothing, Lotta. That's a whole lot of nothing. Well, Powers? Thoughts on Edgeworth? You know who Edgeworth is, bro. Come on now, everyone knows Edgeworth. Okay, what about Wendy O'Bag? Thoughts on Edgeworth? Stop trying to tell me your measurements! Damn it. Okay, fine. Wait. Hold on, do I have to show the note to the report, I guess, to Lotta? So she can be a journalist? Lotta! Damn it! Everyone knows the man worthy of Edge. That's what I'm saying, brother. Oh my god, no one knows anything about anything, man. Smile baiting, happy maxing, grim pilled. Trillions must smile. Thank you for that. Edgeworth? What about Gumshoe? That's a whole lot of nothing, Edgeworth. Thank you. Brother. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Edgeworth, do you know this man? Shows a picture of Edgeworth. Apparently, they don't have any information on those people, and they don't have the resources to look into it, is what he said when I showed it to him. Alright, Pearl. Since there were no psyche logs, then that means we can trust Mr. On Guard is innocent. I really feel much better knowing that. Ever since last night, I was so worried that I kept wondering, what if he's the real killer? What then? I need Mappa to animate Phoenix, right? I need impact frames when he smacks the desk and yells objection. I need that shit. Hey, I have something I want to ask you, Pearls. Okay, what is it? Why are you so interested in how Maya and I get along? I mean, she and I don't have anything special. Huh? What do you mean? But I thought you and Mystic Meyer were... I've been mistaken all this time, no way. He really wasn't kidding. Her actually believes Maya and I are lovers. But my true lover is Edgeworth. Maybe I should have just left it alone. Mr. Nick, stop it. Don't hide your true feelings from me. What? She slapped me? Okay, Pearl. I am not on that ship. I'm sorry. It's the Edgeworth ship or no ship at all. Okay, he's still not here. Thoughts on Maya? God damn it, Edgeworth. Brother, what am I supposed to do then? He looked at all this stuff, I think. Alright, I'm going back to the room. Gimme. I think looking into Edgeworth would take a lot of resources, like getting to know him and taking him out to a coffee shop or going on night skiing trips and stuff like that. Oh man. Wait. Didn't I freaking talk to him? What's up, lobby? Real face. Talk. There was another option. But for some reason, when they gave me this new option, instead of putting it at the bottom, where I'm looking with my eyeballs, they put it at the top. Alright. Dependent nature of Miss Andrews. Imagine. It's doomed, Yowie, if we get him with Maya and then Edgeworth will get jealous and try to steal Phoenix from her. It's perfect story writing. But Edgeworth would never get that because his fate is of a doomed Yowie. Can't bring him outside, he'll be involved in another climb. Oh, just like Maya. Somehow they're always accomplices. Or being framed or something. Andrew's attempt at... Okay, yeah. Her attempt was a few days after the death of Celeste. And why did Andrews think about doing that? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that... Is this what they call following someone to the grave? I get the feeling they were also roommates. That's a very romantic-ass thing to be doing. That's some Romeo and Juliet shit, dog. I guess Juliet and Juliet in this case, but the point still stands. After her attempted... Andrew started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste suddenly died, the world before her turned pitch dark, that's according to Andrews herself. Then that means her super confident attitude, it's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Okay. Attempter Andrews reasons shock from Celeste's death. Sudden and tragic. Okay. Now can I go talk to her? Will she be in the room this time? Place your bets. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. It looks like she's talking with someone. That's Von Karma. Miss Von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so you've got some nerve following me around, as if you wish. Following you. Dumb MILF, that's crazy. She's 18, bro. Also, I don't think she has a kid. You mean the MILF? Bro, she's not a MILF. She's not a MILF. Ow. She needs to wear some sunscreen. Oh my god. That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Bonk him. I got you. The only MILF we have seen thus far is Mia, bro. In this game, at least. And in the second game here. You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard. Me, following after Scruffy. Don't make me laugh. She looks like she's 28. I think being a prosecutor may have aged her up a bit. I'm gonna be honest. And having Von Karma for a father also probably did help. That is a stressful ass existence, bro. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. Is that a tracker? Having Von Karma as a father should age you by like 10 years. Yeah. Yeah. Only mentally, honestly. But the stress lines and shit probably start showing soon after. What is that? Electromagnetic receiver. I placed a tracking device on that detective. Oh my god, she was tracking Gumshoe. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What are those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? Alright. I need to talk to you. And I need you to tell me the truth and nothing but the truth. That's crazy, bro. I didn't think that was your type, homie. I'll be honest. I didn't see that one coming down. Why was Juan murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Not my type, but I can see a baddie moving in the shadows. That is an insane sentence. I did not expect to hear that ever. What a line, bro. Oh my goodness. Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Unguard's life in danger with your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita. We're not that close. That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Alright, so we know that this one is this piece of evidence. Boom. A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. It seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. I'd cover my tits in honey and punch a beehive to get a sniff of odd karma. Also, hi, Troop. Hi. That's for you. Welcome in. Hope you had a good weekend, boss. More lawyers today, as usual. It's our Monday game here. And we're about to crack open these 4 psyche locks here. Alright, note to self, stay on our good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see, however, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me, need to get close to Mr. Kurita. As if there was ever such a need. It's been 92 degrees here today, bedroom's a sweatbox. Oh god. We're finally getting the break of it. Over by me, man. It's supposed to be raining all week, and that has cooled things down by at least like 10 degrees. We were sitting at high 70s to low 80s here. So the person you got close to was obviously your mentor. But the reason why you're getting close to him is your mentor, Celeste. Guard sees him. No need, he's already been bonked. He's already been bonked. He's been warned. How do you know about Celeste? Oh, there's one of the locks. He took her life, didn't she? Looks like no one knows why. Ooh, she's sweating now! She's sweating! Right before her death, she was Juan's manager. So I believe you got close to Juan so you could find out more about her death. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Wow, she got claws, bro. Goddamn. Miss Andrews. You acted out of character, Miss Andrews. There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her death was resolved. And my evidence for that is your own attempt? I jumped the gun. Get a hold of yourself. If you want advice of doing yourself in, I suggest asking someone like the police. Which translates to go... Jesus. Way to read between the lines, Felix. You definitely got what you was putting down there. Which translates to, go take a long walk off a short pier. There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. Okay. Well, obviously, there was. And the evidence for that is this. What's new, Scooby-Doo? We coming after you? We're gonna solve that mystery. I fucking love Scooby-Doo, bro. If it's not evidenced by the channel points that I have for my fucking Twitch. That was my show, bro. That was the good shit. And What's New Scooby-Doo had to be one of the best iterations, bro. That one and Mystery Incorporated, those were the two best ones, honestly. Miss Celeste's note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body. Mr. Correda. Juan. Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Correda. Oh, there's a second one. I sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the expression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste was someone very special to you. Your own attempt? Oh yeah, she's on the ropes, alright. Mm-hmm. She's cracking. We're getting a peek behind the curtain at the real Adrian Andrews. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? She gives off Monica from Doki Doki vibes. Yeah. She's a little colder on the outside, on the exterior here. But yeah. Hidden crazy. She's hiding it. Went through with what? Ending your life. Is she also hot? Not really my type. Not really. Not to me. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help or relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I could remember. However, this is all just a lie, a facade. You always searched out people and who you can depend on. I like her design. She literally looks like Zero Suit Samus, man. Just with glasses. You were depending on Celeste, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Garita of hiding Celeste's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close to him, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic do we start this conversation on again? It was why the victim was killed. Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Garita dead. Me? Celeste was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she took her own life. Even commit murder. Murder? Oh, and that's their luck. And now you would tell me the truth and nothing but the truth. Miss Andrews. It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Someone clip that. Out of context, thank you. I would expect nothing less. I would expect nothing less, brother. Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her note. And that someone was Juan. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And where there's fire, there's a phoenix. If they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. And that phoenix has an order. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you for that. This phoenix is also a movie. A movie about an order of phoenixes. Interesting. The phoenix is also broke. This is true. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. That's enough for now. I still have work to do, so I understand. Oh, and I have one small favor to ask. My attempted... I'd like for you to keep it a secret. I can't promise that, homie. I'm sorry. If I get backed into a corner during this trial by Von Karma, I'm gonna start saying shit, bro. It might slip. I'm sorry. Miss Andrews, if people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Damn. Okay, understood. Random bullshit go type shit. I mean, yeah. That's been our strategy for, I want to say, the entire first game and the last 3 trials. And it's been working, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Oh my god, he fucking clipped it. God damn it. There it is. Oh goodness. Alright. There, I'll paint it for you. There you go. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? That should be the channel trailer, just that, out of context. Oh my god, if that doesn't set the tone for the type of streams we have, bro, I don't know what does. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, maybe, honestly. Huh? Oh, this. I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. A conch. What is it? It looks like a seashell? A conch. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Heard not remembering something clearly. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Unguard in your capable hands. It's a Pokemon card. It's the fucking, I forgot what it's called, but the one that latches onto the Slowbro and turns it into a Slowking or whatever. Or Slowpoke, right? Slowpoke and then Slowbro, Slowking? I forget the evolution. It's one of those. Shelter. Yep. I think that's it. It's either that or like an evolution of it. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Nope, it's the evolution. No, because that evolves into a cloister. What the fuck is the one that bites the tail of the slow bro? Wait, is this Gen 2? Nope, that's DeviantArt. That's not real. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I have to look this up now. I guess it is a shelter. I don't remember it looking like this, though. I thought it was a separate thing. Damn. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Anything from the first 151, I'm all over. Nothing after that. Get fucked, they don't exist. I remember most of Gen 1, a little bit of Gen 2, and like most of Gen 4, because that was the one I played. I remember playing, I think I played, I want to say Fire Red, I played Crystal, and then I played Heart Gold, I guess, on stream for that Nuzlocke, and then I played Platinum and Diamond. I think we've gathered about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Nope, still kidnapped. Oh, Pearl. She looks so worn out by all of this. She hasn't slept at all, and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine. I really am. You don't look fine to me. I think we're going back to the office. I think the only reason I played like the Gen 1 / Gen 2 ones originally was because my brother had them. And then he gave me his Game Boy, and those were like one of the first Pokemon games I played. Was on I think it was the Game Boy Advance actually. But I remember that shit was in black and white, bro. I remember. I think I actually played Crystal before I played Fire Red, believe it or not. So what now? We did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews had a motive. You mean Celeste's note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Who's calling me? Is that the kidnapper? Oh shit, it's the transceiver. Ooh boy, okay. You had the silver? Or so you had silver, because your mom bought it for you, back from the US, and you were the most popular kid at school for a month. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man. It's awesome. The gray Game Boy. Yeah, I had the, I still have that shit somewhere too. It's in a box. I had a purple Game Boy Advance. Hello? Writing Co. Law Offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering the phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Which is why I suppose she's absolutely famished. You're starving Maya? That's cruel and unusual punishment, bro. I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask Maya, is that you? Sis, Third. What? Damn it, you cut me off. Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. We've been a lawyer for long enough at this point, and we've been working with the Fays for long enough at this point. You should know what that means. We're calling in Mia, bro. The actual MILF. Come on, Phoenix, you're a hopeless one. Sorry? Here she is! There she is. Mia. I have a message from Maya, so come ask me anything you want about her. Kidnapper. What's he like? I don't know. Apparently Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. Holy shit, okay. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left, and I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spiritual channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? Date unknown, time unknown, location unknown. I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. Oh, this is cool. I actually get to investigate. Someone dropped a card here. Kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. The conch. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. I see some wine. All sorts of things piled up here. But it's too dark to see. Drat, it's locked. But this door lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. And click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. That's it, the shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. Oh shit. Wait, that was us opening the door. I did it. Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Wick? I shouldn't keep John wait. Okay. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried. Oh man, if it was John Wick, you wouldn't be in this situation, Maya. Oh, to be continued. Got it. Be continued right now. We go to trial. March 22nd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain that there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Mia. We must get a complete acquittal today. I know. But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. Not again. This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney, the day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Grr, grr. For my sake as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts, and even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win today's contest, if you please. Wait. Kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer Dude? Who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Alright, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom 3. Is Von Karma not here? Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. That is uncharacteristic of Von Karma not being on time. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor, please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. You must tell me something. Please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. Holy shit! Was that the killer? The killer? Okay. That escalated. What? Shot? Somehow... I think this is the present that man was talking about. It's present. Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Thought he'd show up. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Von Karma can't not appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth. I didn't know Automob would block that term. I don't have that as a term. That's not even the worst thing you can say. Anyway. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. This prosecutor is ready. Naturally. He no-scoped her just to be here, by the way. He just wanted to see Phoenix that bad, huh? Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I've looked this case over and familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Matt on guard. My wife, is she okay? I'm worried. She's in stable condition. She's fine. She'll be fine. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for in my long journey this past year. And it's that I love you, Phoenix. I've always loved you, Phoenix. By the time this case comes to an end, you two will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness, your name and occupation. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct, for now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe? The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Oh god. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir. The man with more teeth than brain cells, an age higher than his IQ. He is a golden retriever. He's a special little man. And he's tried his best. He just keep cutting this salary, bro. Now let's have your testimony. If you want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. And the flirting begins. The bare fake... I thought that said facets. I thought it said facets. The bare facts of the case. Okay. This murder happened at the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Carreta, was found dead... Or Carreta, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. I disagree with that, honestly, but let's see. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendant were alone to their room, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Bare facts of the case. And after, victim was found dead in his room. Feels like it's probably the last one. We should start pressing. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8. Then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. And that's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, detective. The victim, Juan, was found dead in his hotel room. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? It's true, I am a woman. Oh, man. Yeah. Who's this Adrian Andrews you're talking about? She's the defendant Matt Ungar's manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir. So, she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she would grace us with her presence. You're never living this down. Oh, I know. I know. I'm sure I will say many, many more cringe things in the future. Many more cringe and embarrassing things to come. When the post-ceremony still was about to start, she went to go get Mr. Unguard. Tomorrow's stream title. Maybe next stream title for Ace Attorney. Because tomorrow we're playing Rogue Lands. After visiting his room, she never... No, she did not. Never went to the victim's room. That doesn't make any sense. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show. Okay? Bro's gonna get him that tongue brain rot. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I see, and that's when she found the victim's body. After looking into the case of death, the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, okay? The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Carreta was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Okay, Gumshoe. Tell us more. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana. On his neck? Banana. Judge. Bandana, sir? That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana. Are we sure the judge isn't brain-rotted? Is that outside the realm of possibility here? Okay, then what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. We have a crafty murderer on our hands here. Okay, so autopsy report says time of death was 8:15 approximate. Cause strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. Okay. We need a new judge without Alzheimer's. Oh my goodness. Okay, at first we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. And why did you think that? Because it was empty. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar, and we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? Judge! Stop it. We thought of that too, but... What? The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? I see. So much for my theory, then. Okay. Important evidence. Empty. There's some water, but only in the top of the lid. Bears wants fingerprints. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. I'm not so sure about that, honestly. I'm not sure what evidence connects to it right now, but definitely gotta press that. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when it was on... Wow, really? Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So the guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Comes, looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well, Detective Gumshoe. Please testify about this matter. Yes, sir. He said he deserved to be murdered. What twat of a musician goes on stage without a guitar? Oh my goodness. He just forgot. Maybe he just forgot. Alrighty, Matt Ungard and Juan Garita were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Ungard's Akama. Sorry guys, no concert tonight. Slash forgot guitar. No Guns N' Roses for you. Imagine. Oh man, that'd be tragic, bro. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. So the defendant's fingerprints were found in a knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. There's the victim's blood and Ungard's fingerprints in the grip. Gatewater, excuse me, is engraved. I read ahead and merged the two words together. And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And is this button also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What? Alright, Jammin Ninja's button, ripped from his costume, covered in Kureda's blood, found in Ungar's Hakama. It's true, I am a button. God damn it. all of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I'll find the hole in... I'll find the hole... Oh, I gotta get it together. I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can... Brother, stop flirting. You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Right in front of Gumshoe, and the judge, and our client, bro. Get it together. Troop, rip the audio from the clip. Let us have it as a redemption. No. Bro. No. I'll think about it. Damn it. They were huge rivals. Thank you for swiping in, for badging in today. Each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, it's a Jammin Ninja's button. Okay. Okay. No tax on overtime, right? Yeah, I'd say. We're very fair over here at Troopy Incorporated, alright? We make sure our workers get their overtime pay. In terms of popularity, Mr. On Guard won, did he not? But you know what's ironic, pal? Juan was always one step behind Mr. On Guard in everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. But Mr. Kureda lost the Grand Prix in the end. That's too bad, he must have been pretty downhearted after losing. Edgeworth is not amused. They each thought the other guy was in his way, that's enough motive in my book. Wait just 1 second here. Mr. On Guard was beating Mr. Kureda in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all. Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective? It's not, well... I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Sir, that's... I look forward to your pension negotiations. Keep cutting his pay! Now they're going after his pension! Oh, God. No! Now, detective, let's continue with the testimony. My poor pension, too. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed. Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir. What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? Is there evidence to Jammin Ninja's button? You have any proof that that button belonged to the victim? What do you mean, pal? Let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off of the Jammin Ninja's costume. But can't you tell by just looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it. Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward. Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir. That's crazy. You called out the Edgeworth, the man who just threatened his pension. Okay, alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in. Thread. Huh? The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. That thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread in the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match. Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal. It's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. It was ripped off of the ninja's costume, was found in Mr. Ungard's Hakama. I'm 37. If someone threatened my pension, I'd happily give them a reach around. I'm on Gumshoe side. A reach around is insane, bro. I feel like there's levels below that before you get to that point, bro. We're trading favors, alright? I respect your dedication, though. When was this button found? No, straight to it. I want that money. Real. When was this button found? Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Coretta. Then we did a search in the mall. That's when we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people. Hey, what is he trying to say about me here? The defendant's fingerprints are also all over the knife. Okay, press that one. How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife? Huh? What do you mean, pal? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Oh, is that what you mean? Well, we didn't actually think of that. I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There is no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. So is the defendant the owner of this knife then? The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this premeditated. I don't know about that. There's no way this was premeditated, even if he brought the knife. Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. It's not good. If the prosecution can prove it was premeditated, we're done for. Phoenix, yes? There's something very interesting about what the detective just said. Think carefully before it's too late. Button covered in victim's blood and knife with Ungard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. We're still in a world of trouble. But before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find the weakness in his testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? Well, he said it's premeditated, and they said that it's a knife from the hotel, and we kind of know that too, because it's a missing thing from the plate. So it couldn't have been premeditated, because he literally got the knife the same day. Yeah, no, that doesn't... That don't make sense. Yeah, it's this one, right? Let's go. Wait a second. So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client brought a knife beforehand. I guess it's bought, because brought has R in it. I guess, yeah, that makes it even more obvious then. Because, yeah, he didn't buy the hotel's knife. Okay. Reading is fundamental. That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Huh. It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle. Gatewater. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's right. Phoenix right. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. This is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit, this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't know. Oh. That's right, Gumshoe. You're fired, buddy. The question is, where did this knife come from? Well, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Correda's room. No. No, it didn't. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I'd like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. There's a knife and a fork on the table. Then, where in the world did this knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. Especially, what was on top of his table. There is something missing, perhaps. Is it a single knife? Yup. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Unguard's knife was missing. Mr. Ungard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Blood could be ketchup. That's true. That's true. Good answer. Good answer. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. Seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning. It must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button for the victim's costume. Ugh. There's quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I wonder if I could friggin' stop Automod from getting mad about this word. Hold up. Pretty sure I didn't put that as a term. What the fuck is it? Boom. Settings. There you go. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. He was carrying a knife because he fancied a bread roll while walking around. Evidence not yet shown. He needs evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Phoenix? Mia? The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. Okay. If we answer with something wrong here, we're cooked. Got it. The gavel of his will ring out With the sound of our defeat. Oh, goodness. Okay. Mr. Ryan, do you have some important and necessary to present to the court? Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. There's one. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see. I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance, and only one. What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. That's all I know how to do. That is all I know how to do, Edgeworth, is bluff. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. Oh my god, it literally is my entire meter. You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court? Okay, so we looked at crime scene photos. We noticed the button was missing. We noticed the knife, empty guitar case. We don't have anything for this that we can talk about. The only other thing that's here is this. It's tomato juice that's undisturbed, suspiciously. I don't think it would be this though, because that's like, I feel like we're jumping super far ahead if we pull that out. But yeah, it's probably this. No sign it's been drank. I think it's that, honestly. This is a wine glass, is it not? Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase is broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser. Yes, I see your point. However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over, along with everything else, is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. What? Well, what do you all have to say? Yes, it is a little peculiar. Isn't it? I thought it was. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth. What is it, Your Honor? Your opinion. You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that glass. What? It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place, by the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. It does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright. Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? I don't think so. And not just because that's devastating to my case. If I appear weak here, the trial's over. That's right. I can look for my proof later. The bluff. The famous Phoenix bluff. For now, I shall trust my instinct and point with certainty. You just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. Turn the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I'd never say anything unless I had the evidence to support it. What? You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then, of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints? There were only one set of fingerprints left on his wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one of Adrian Andrews. What? Where's Andrews' fingerprints? Okay. This is why I said the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? I can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Correda. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Tisk, tisk, and tisk. Now do you see right? You can't change any part of my scenario, as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. Bob flirting, Edgeworth, stop it! And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Oh god, okay. Here she comes. The old bag, the windy old bag. Another witness. Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? Why is she in the costume? Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation. Everybody get down! She's shooting! Yeah, gotcha. Wonder what happened to calm composure. To that calm composure he had earlier. Oh, Angie boy, it's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was the wicked... the wicked witch of the witness stand. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know. You're gonna shoot the judge, too? Josh, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Good God, brother. Don't interrupt us, Gramps. Yes, ma'am. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please! Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say, the youth are hot-headed nowadays, not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldback? Whew. It was a great job being able to see my dairy John. Or Juan, excuse me. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. I mean, you were a fan of the victim. Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in the real man, Juan Correda. But those two were the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. He was on guard. Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. So, Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room. See, it has to be him. He's the murderer. See. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Went to pace around the hallway in front of his room. Okay, being a stalker, got it. Wait. He paced around the hallway in front of his room? That's when someone showed up as a man coming out of a Juan's room. So wait, if you were pacing, you should have seen somebody go in. He was on guard, Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. Yeah. There's already holes in this testimony, bro. This old bag, what was your post on that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help up setting up the stage for that trifling show. Okay. But I refused to help. I'll have you know, it was for the lead-headed samurai show. Ah yes, I think you mean nickel. I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a bit. That's when you went to hang out around the victim's door. Okay. Hasn't explained it then. Something you were interested in finding out. And just what was that? Not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know? It's top secret. Between me and Juan. Oh, and Edgy-Poo, of course. Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later. Looks like we shouldn't force it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? As I was on a job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. And would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Garreda's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born, so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am. Okay, ma'am. Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness didn't saw someone, correct? Someone showed up. There's a man coming out of Juan's room. Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room, he was. Yes, he was. Too scared, I can't say his name out loud. What I would give to have Francesca's whip right now. I guess I can't tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway. He was on guard, man on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out. Saw my client. Are you sure about that? Yes, see. Really? Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. But I get a sense of deja vu. Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Dressed? We still had court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you really are, as if something like that matters. What, it does? What was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket. Wearing that at the detention center, too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Oh, okay. Mr. Wright? Was this testimony just now important or relevant anyway? Kind of? If we want to take the Andrews angle? Yes. Of course it was important, Your Honor. And perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was important. See it, Edgeworth? Wait. Request of what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please. Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He's wearing his flashy jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show. Leslie? Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. Oh, he wasn't in the Nickel Samurai uniform where they found the button there. She is so sure of herself that it's a point of self-absorption. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. It's bad for us. Really bad. That's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? That's what makes a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Okay, so it's the last one without a doubt. That I would like to present. Miss Old Bag? What? Don't say my name for no reason. You know what this is. It's button number 2 in the Jammin' Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it at a single glance. Give it here. Give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Wow. She really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered in Mr. Ungard's body during a full-body search. See? See? Button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal Ungard. It was caught up in the pleats of his Nickel Samurai Hakama pants. See? See? Ungard is the Nickel Samurai. Witness! Now, it may just be me. I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Ungard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Yep. Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe you'd think I was a gorgeous woman, but instead I have to put up with wearing this ridiculous outfit. This outfit is ridiculous, right? I got a tape recorder stuck in my chest. It's heavy. So heavy. I wish we had switched to CDs ages ago. 3 little eye for all these kids out there. I work hard with a smile. Understand now? Take a look in the mirror. Your clothes. Documentary on curly. You should take a tip or two from Edgy Poo. God damn. She's yapping. Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Ungard, the man, but Mr. Ungard, the Nickel Samurai? But when you think about it, when I close my eyes, they're really one and the same anyway. And it's not as worse. Not as worse, love, sorry. Missile bag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Say it's important to greet me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Alright, if you insist. Should be the one sighing, not you. Who I saw. This is different. Okay. I get my stretch. Okay. Who did you see? Ungard. Ungard, yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony show right after the crime, you know. They must have worn that costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. Sure about that. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy, thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. All youngins today. I told you, there's no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. Sure. At least he's just as delightful a witness as he was a year ago. I'll say. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Thank you, Judge. You don't need to think too hard about this one. Contradiction or testimony is sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. Not that one. The rooms are across from each other. I mean, okay. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to start pressing straight-ins there. Do you also hate the one business day response type person? It depends. It really depends. In personal life, no. I'm not. Well, I guess yes would be. So I'm not really a fan of that in my personal life, no. But in business or professional stuff, I understand people can be super busy, and I'll give it one business day, then I'll follow up. But after that, it can be annoying for sure. But yeah, when in a professional capacity when I'm dealing with stuff, especially stuff that's time sensitive, it's really annoying. People because emails are one thing, but like if we're using like fucking Teams or some shit, or just direct messaging, whatever internal thing tool, it's like, come on, bro. I know you see notification. You're gonna sit down at some point, you're gonna check your things, like, fucking respond. It's annoying. A random person added you on Discord, no servers, no friends, or no mutuals. Just random creature I called about on that one whole day of nothing. Now 10 minutes as I said, hey, got any messages? What? Brother, delete that person, bro. What the fuck? Delete him. That person is not talking sense. It might not even be a real person. Will you please get on with your testimony? Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that to take with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs. A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the Nickel Samurai. Actually singing. Someone help my poor ears. Mr. Edward, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and stick to just the facts. Okay, you promise, right? Alright, I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date. I need to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago. Now let me ask you this, when you were itty bitty, what was your grand dream? What? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public court. So what? See? And look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? And now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. What? Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? I got an achievement for pressing her about that specific... Okay. But that specific testimony, got it. It would have been inconvenient for him to wait a costume during the murder. Why is that? That way, no one can see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out even more. You are such an annoying child, you know that? You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. You have to go to the post-show. Was there anything else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. That included the jamming ninja. Of course it included him. That's why when Unguarded came out of Dare Wan's room, I didn't give it a second thought. I see. Well, anyway. So you must have worn this costume when you were stabbing poor Juan. So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai. As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw the towel yet? Not yet, Fiat. You don't need to think too hard on this one. Davenport. strangled and then stabbed. I mean, would be the autopsy report, no? Knife? Let's take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. You're trying to scare me with that? I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That's exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at, and whose car are we driving? If Mr. Ungard was really in the nickel samurai costume at the time of the murder, it's impossible for his fingerprint to have been left on this knife. Ooh. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. That's right. Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began to stab. Edgeworth, come on, why would he do that? And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. And let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai, and at that time the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say on Mr. Edgeworth's theory? Let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory? His theory contradicts something in the earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for an argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ungard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Knife. Right? This knife, this was used by Mr. Ungard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Correda. I suppose? However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. Right. So why would he have that? If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. The knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order. Order, I say. Order in the court. Is this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame him? To frame my client, Mr. Ungard, of course. To frame. Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? We just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. In that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness? Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Unguarded with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. Wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? That's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Correa. Am I correct, witness? Haha, the way you think you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Correa. Maybe. Phoenix. Maybe the Old Bag was waiting around for that person. It's who I think he is hinting at. It's certainly possible. This Old Bag. You were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Andrews? Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Unguard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... Ah, I see. The judge seems to be really into the article. It can be called such a thing. And this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's... Adrian Andrews, without a doubt. The witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness, what in the world are you... Watch out, Phoenix. I got a bad feeling about this. Very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. Was it Lada? Was this from Lada? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information. Get ready, just gonna take the wind out of you, youngins. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old. That Unguard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. But to do that, he sent his own manager getting closer to Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? I'm not so sure about that, champ. I think a lot of people knew. The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip. Isn't there a saying the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. Means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Careful, the old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right, Unguarded is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn the old bags with fire. I've never heard that say before in my entire life, Phoenix. What are you talking about, homie? What are we talking about? Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Guard's evil. You can ruin poor one. Defense manager, getting close. I could go down to 30 actions. That took action. Okay. Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. That's true. Then how do you know this secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill the holes in my brain, you never find out. In the world that the old bat gets us a secret piece of information. What's further? Wait. Hold on. How did you faint? Oh wait, tabloid. Ah. Okay, so I mean it's either that or. Is that or Lana? I think it might be. So no one else is supposed to know the secret information, correct? That's true. Then why do you know it, Miss Oldback? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness. I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Yes. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. Reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? Oh shit, we got her now. She's cornered. Oh no, I said impressions. Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it. That's the note. No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. And you're the one who took Miss Hart's note. I'm a huge fan of wands, that's why. That infamous puffy hair whippersnapper. He's working with that evil on guard, she said so herself. On guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. What? Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel that I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I'd never take anything else before. Really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. Oh my god, Edgeworth. I'm gonna send you the link to the conversation. I think I cooked. Okay. Alright. I'll check it out. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just for once. No, we can't, Judge. What? Looks like she's really sorry. Did I forgive her? Hell no. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness. You said that the only thing you stole was that note. This is correct. Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from a terrible lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? This old bag. I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. I feel like you probably stole the camera too. Or the car? Nah, she couldn't do that because he didn't have it the entire time, they said. Button? Ooh. Well, no, it was found in this. I still think it's the camera again. Is it the camera again? It's the camera again. Cool. Miss Old Bag. That note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Harp was raising a huge stink over her camera. Kept saying something like, my sweet $1,600 camera disappeared on me. What? Witness! What is it, Gramps? You have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too. But looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? That's it. What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? I still eat meals like you, I fall in love and borrow things from people. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. I saw that woman's business card and that's what I noticed it said. Slime bag celebrity photographer extraordinaire. When I saw it, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard, it's my business to know these things. Bailiff, check the camera's photos. Hurry. We must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai. See, I told you, that's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. You were taken in the hallway right after the murder. What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Okay. No, that's somebody else. Yeah, it doesn't. It's dragged on the ground. It looks too small for the person, or too big for the person, I guess. The other way. And once again, it's literally just a Steel Samurai case part 2, bro. It's somebody else in the costume again. Okay, what does this mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Photo by itself does not prove that person is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ungard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is... It's clearly not, but... we gotta prove it. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? Of course not. The photo really is decisive, then we're done for. If I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took. There's something strange with it. I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree that there's nothing strange with this photo. I mean... there's no way... Wait. I'm gonna look up what a Hakama is. Okay, they said it was the Hakama pants, right? I'm not. Bunk with a bunker buster. Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? To find something wrong with this photo, I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? Autofocus. Why can't you take a good shot, especially when it counts? Now, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange? The fact that the pants look too big? They're dragging on the ground? I'm trying to look for, like, a button is tucked in there. Here it should be. They said it's in the pants. I don't. Kind of want it. Pants. I don't know, man. I think the mechanical arm. I guess it looks ish. Pants? I'd like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? You could see this person's ankles. That would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does that mean? The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. Ungard. What is the meaning of this? I wonder if you would care to elaborate what actual facts that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Let's pay attention to the area around the bottom of the Hakama. Yeah, you can see his feet. But yeah, the pants are too big for the person that's in the costume. His socks, you can see his socks. Technically. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai clearly holding his Hakama up just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. What is? Mr. Ezra is unusually calm today. It's true. He's letting the trial run itself, as if it's the only thing. As if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. Doesn't feel under attack. Did I haven't damaged his case at all? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? The person in this photo is not Matt Ungard. And everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this. What? Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside his costume is not Matt. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who's the person wearing the samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, I think. So calm. Alright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph? On karma, now. I mean, one person could be is Andrews. Secret rendezvous, they didn't want to be seen, so they're in the costume. You're in Andrews? You want to know who that nickel samurai is. It is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short. Good start. Good start. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ungard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ungard that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Ungard's fingerprints all over it. The knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, right? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Carita. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order! Order! Most of this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. What do you mean? Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness. It means the trial will go on for another day. Oh shit. Or dang. Get a verdict today, then Maya. Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do to Jezebel to adjourn to court? Objection! Now then. Objection! Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she is not. I abhor wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development. This Tisk. Unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor. What do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all. Happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. He's the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by that man? Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. It was like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. And that will be where we stop. Continue next time. Oh yeah. Okie dokie. That's gonna be it for today. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll be back tomorrow playing some Roguelands.
Then I guess that just pushes everything forward by a day. So I guess on Tuesday. On Wednesday we'll be doing some more Metal Gear, and we'll probably squeeze in some Assassin's Creed on Thursday, I think. But then we'll end Friday with one of these gacha games, either Honkai or Genshin, whichever. And that will be how our week will be playing out tentatively for now. Alright. I'm gonna go have dinner. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.